Proposed judicial nominee threatening to turn the Supreme Court conservative? Democratic disunion tearing at the fabric of any discernible response? Lack the votes to advance your odious agenda? Parties pulling in opposite directions, absent any unifying agenda? Fuck it, say he grabbed a girl by the pussy.
But the president also saying today he's eager to hear from Christine Blasey Ford, who accuses Kavanaugh of pinning her to a bed and groping her during a party more than 3 decades ago in high school. Allegations Kavanaugh categorically denies.
Women across this nation should be outraged at what these white men senators are doing to this woman.
Guess who's perpetuating all of these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country. And I just want to say to the men in this country, just shut up and step up.
Of all the rejoinders, stop rushing me? Really? 30 years of psychic torment wasn't enough prep time for a fucking hearing. Never mind the 6 years she spent since 2012 putting this piecemeal horse shit together from cotton balls, spit, and fucking fishing twine. You know, some people actually stump for an expedient fucking trial. It's sorta kinda why we scrawled it in a little thing called the Constitution. Yet you're offered a court date inside a week, having had 6 years to assemble your rickety-ass case, and suddenly you're ducking for cover? What was it, something the FBI said? Like there wasn't enough evidence to even put forward a fucking query, for example? If the Roy Moore accusations were bullshit, the Kavanaugh accusations are bullshit concentrate. Ponder this for a beat. According to the letter Ford fired off to Feinstein, herself so embattled she's been abandoned by her own party in the primaries, might I add, the bitch remembers for a mortal certainty that she was 15 when the alleged non-assault occurred, but somehow can't recall the actual year. What, did he steal your graphing calculator afterward? Count back from 2018, you twat. Good thing she lawyered up ahead of the accusations and already started making noise about a civil suit, though. I wonder if she met the lawyer at one of those pussy hat protests, considering they're both confirmed to have been documented DNC activists.
There were 4 guys there. Were there any girls there that day?
Yes, there was another girl at this party, yes.
And has your client spoken to any of those other guys or that girl who could help corroborate her story?
She has not.
And why not? Is it time to do that?
That's not her job to do that.
Really?
How could this even end in a suit? I mean, what would he even be footing the fucking bill for? You're staying in a sorta kinda coulda clinic? Even if we take the default position, you're pinching out even an atom of truth here. By your own admission, nothing actually happened except your sexual spider sense fired the fuck off and you, quote, felt something could happen. Millions of dollars because you allegedly dodged a dicking. Does that mean he'd have to pay separately for each individual voice in your fucking head? Never mind that your only corroborating witness was forced to remove their earlier assertion that you yammered on like a cunty co-host on The View about this while, quote, at school, when it was helpfully pointed out that the accuser first alleged the pseudo-assault occurred during the summer and disseminated said allegations no earlier than 2012. Never mind the official notes from Ford's fucking therapist differ in their account of the alleged incident. Never mind that the only thing close to a corroborating witness aside from that went from listen and believe to I have no recollection of the event in question. Never mind backpedaling. These bitches are moonwalking out of fucking frame like MJ at Motown 25. Oh, did I mention one of Judge Kavanaugh's fucking family members, who also happens to be a judge, just so happens to have previously presided over a court case against the accuser's parents? If the GOP back off on this bullshit and once again capitulate to Kavanaugh getting Herman caned, what the fuck won't you back off on? And speaking of which, anyone heard from the 50,000 fuckbags who fingered Herman Cain in the intervening 6 years? I don't know about the accusers, but I think I saw their case on the back of a milk carton once. While Cain accused the Rick Perry campaign of said smear job, and at the time I felt it smacked of either Romney or goddamn Gingrich, given what we now know, I suspect it was the DNC itself. Think about it. Over the course of his presidency, Obama, albeit through intermediaries, slammed down that race card so fucking fast it was like playing slapjack with the fucking Flash. What in blue hell was he gonna do against Herman Cain? Cain was cool, he was avuncular, he had a folksy grandfatherly demeanor. If Herman Cain had made it to a debate stage opposite Obama with the race card effectively immolated from the fucking deck, what the dick was he gonna do? All that would be left of Obama as a prompter in a pinstripe suit. We would have watched in awe as an older conservative statesman told a self-important, egocentric young man who had by that point thoroughly insulated himself from populist rebuke precisely how it was in the real fucking world. The DNC would not permit that. They saw the Kane train barreling toward their mendacious messiah, and so they played the pussy card instead. And as the media danced to their fictitious fucking jig, they piled on accuser after accuser, kicking up enough dust to be confused with smoke. After all, where there's smoke, there must be fire, and the pussy-ass Republicrats with no stomach for a fight ran screaming for square-face fucking Mitt. And in retrospect, the entire 2012 election was decided inside of a fucking day. Well, they say history repeats itself more than Milli Vanilli with a dirty disc player, and if the posture of Paul Ryan, fuckbag Flake, and the rest of the establishment rhinos are any indication, significant swaths of the GOP are already cucking harder than a masochist with mommy issues. Habitual never-Trump numbnuts like Bill Kristol and Ben Shapiro were all but anticipatory in their desire to ascribe credibility to accusations that cratered within the hour. But let's be real here, are they really needed? Kristol is doing Tom Perez's job better than he is at this fucking point, and between this and his oblivious prognostications about a blue wave, Ben ain't all that big of a loss either, cause Ben ain't all that big of an anything. Think about it, we already have Glenn Beck. Do we really need it in fun size? I'm Razor Fist. God fucking
Perhaps you can help us fill in the blanks on some of her story.
I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.